YouTube television. Do a lot of reels over there, but yes, I do not have a actual schedule. Right, sort of a hit and miss, if you will, mystery. You go to the back of the subway station, and then you go into a sort of like a cubby hole, and there's an old timey phone booth, and next to the phone booth there's a urinal, and you like flush the urinal and a door opens and you go into the exclusive hidden bar where people are partying and they're all smiling, and the guys are debonair and the women are astonishingly beautiful, and it's like a secret special place that exclusive. You're not buying any of that, are you? Hi, welcome to Y2 Content on YouTube Television. I'm your host, your Chipperella2K, and as well Twitch TV. I am the Chipperella2K. That is a cross between a chimpanzee and a gorilla. Now, people don't come on here and start asking which was the mommy and which was the daddy. We're not going to go there. But what we are going to talk about is a little WWE Monday Night Raw recap. And so first thing we want to get into, Sol Ruca, Io Sky. Hello, people. Come on. What's going on? Sol Ruca, Io Sky. Sol Ruca versus Io Sky. Thank you very much. You're amazing for chiming in over here. Thank you for being here. I cannot see anybody now. Yeah, very impromptu. So obviously now Io is the veteran, breaking in the new kid on the block, the new guy, Sol Ruca, the new gal. And Sol Ruca, no pun intended, is riding a big wave in the WWE. That's a pun because if you don't know about her, her character is kind of like a surfer party girl, cool lady. Peace, love, surfing, athleticism. That's Sol Ruca. So Io did win. I was glad for that. Chime in, tic tac on your keyboard if you want to talk about it a little bit. But Io did win. I was kind of glad for that, considering you don't know which way these characters are going, which way storylines will carry them with the company. And it's always interesting to see, like, are they going up? Are they coming down? So now Sol has already had a match with some key players around the building and some big time people, and including Rhea Ripley, the current champion. She's from Australia. You may have heard of her. We had also Ethan Page in a standoff with Penta, and Ethan Page says, yes, Penta, I want to fight you, but it's not going to be tonight. It's going to be 2 weeks at the next PLE event. We're excited about this. I thought it was an opportunity for them to say, okay, well, I guess it's going to be a triple threat match possibly or something. I don't know. They just did that like at the last paper PLE with the ladder match with Rey Mysterio. So I don't know if that's where they'll go. It seems like it'd be nice to have a good one-on-one for Penta. The question is, will it be Rusev? Which I thought it was going to be Rusev and Penta tonight. Like, I thought Ethan Page was going to pull some shenanigans like his character always was known for. And then Rusev would end up fighting Penta because Ethan was saying, well, Rusev, you're the veteran. You should have first crack, la-di-da, at the champion. And so I thought, well, then Rusev's going to get a shot tonight. But then Javon Evans came out, the up-and-coming great new star. Your bouncy boy, Javon, he's getting bouncy, and he did, and he had a great match as always. The guy's freaking phenomenal. If you haven't seen Javon Evans, then don't tell me you don't like wrestling or sports entertainment, because you really haven't watched all of it, that's for sure. Talking about Ethan Page again, so he's already come in from NXT up to the main roster of WWE, Monday Night Raw kind of action. Great place to be. And he's already in the mix for a mid-card title. Pretty great work, if you ask me, starting out. What happened to Eddie Thorpe from NXT, who used to feud with Ethan Page a long time ago? What happened to him? We don't know. But he had left the company a long time ago in a round of cuts. People were upset about cuts. They're talking about rounds of cuts. I liked Eddie Thorpe. Thought Eddie Thorpe was a great guy. So let's give him a shout out and a mention from your Chimperella 2K right here. That's me. Eddie Thorpe, thank you. Wherever you're at, you're doing it. I did want to talk about Rusev a little more. I always thought Rusev and Sheamus, after their most recent feud when Rusev came back, should have become a tag team. Can we get them tagging together? Somebody, Paul Levesque, Lee Fitting, somebody over there, even anybody over there in creative. Let's get them in a tag team together. They're huge. They're monstrous. They're both old veterans. And then run them for a little while and then break them up and put them with some new guy, each of them, and let them go against each other with the new guy for the titles. That's why you want to bring up the younger talent. Great, do it. The Vision versus the Prophets that we had in a big scene, and Seth Rollins came out and spoiled and took a crack at Breaker. And so whatever, Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins got beef. It ain't over. Braun Breaker's, the future or whatever. The Vision's the future. I like Austin Theory. If there's anybody I like the best in the Vision, I'll go with Austin Theory. He's holding the tag team titles with Logan Paul, who, by the way, is a great sports entertainer. He can really put on a show. He obviously never played around from the start, and you can't just say he's a YouTuber over here trying to wrestle. The guy is a full-fledged, and has been for quite some time, full-fledged A-lister sports entertainer. No question about it. And all these wrestling fans are going to hate me for saying that, but you can't deny it. So you've got this thing going. The Prophets come back. They want the tag team titles. They want the smoke. We know they want the smoke. A couple of crack jokes, they got after him about his wife and said, you just want to come out here and wrestle because your wife ain't paying the bills no more. And, everybody knows one of the Street Profits, and congratulations to them on their real life, conception of a child. Yes, that's wonderful. We also had Oba. So Oba's Open Challenge was officially canceled by the general manager, who got thrown out in a different thing with, at the end, it was thrown out. The GM he was thrown around by Jacob Fatu when Roman and Jacob were heading up. That was a whole nother thing. I haven't even touched on that because I didn't really think it was like one of the most important things of it, Let's go back to Obafemi. Let's go back to the Open Challenge. Supposedly, nobody wanted to accept the Open Challenge. I mean, Roman Reigns was there that night. He didn't want to accept it. And then Adam Pearce comes out, the general manager, Adam Pearce, and says, oh, well, Obafemi, there's not going to be an Open Challenge because nobody wants to accept your Open Challenge. What does that even mean? So Oba goes backstage and grabs two guys who happen to be a great tag team from Liga del Fantasma, who used to be with Santos Escobar. Now Escobar is mostly wrestling in AAA, but he still, I think, is on the roster. And maybe not. But I don't think he is anymore. I could be dead wrong about that. But basically, Oba drags these two guys out. There happens to be a ref out in the ring. Oba tells him ring the bell, and he takes on two guys, and they don't even get like not one move against them. Like he just pancakes their asses like brutally pancakes them. And if you haven't heard of Obafemi, I'm going to tell you straight up what he reminds me of as far as the abilities I'd say he's a lot like a Lennox Lewis from boxing. He's just over the top confident in what he can do. And there's probably very few people who really and truthfully anywhere that want to step into a squared circle with this guy. I mean, just ask Ronda Rousey if she thinks any of those MMA guys are going to easily walk over, Obafemi, and she'll tell you. She'll tell you straight up. She'll tell you nobody wants to step in with this guy, But the fact of it is the Obafemi challenge is apparently canceled or maybe back on, but he's not done wading through the locker room. He's already mentioned Gunther's name. He's already said he respects Gunther. He's already said Gunther's highly underrated. Are we the thing about an Oba Gunther matchup is what happens from there. Somebody has to lose that, and it's tough. Gunther's already taken a lot of big losses. He lost to Jey Uso and got tapped out in the pay-per-view, so Jay could win the championship and be main event Jey Uso. He's lost to Sami Zayn before and took in that loss on a mid-card title. So it's tough. How many people, he did get rewarded, no doubt, no question. He's been rewarded for his sacrifices. There's no question. And he's one of the top players in the game. What's going to happen with Oba? What's going to happen with these guys? We really don't know, but we are going to find out. If you have any questions, give us a holler. I am your Chipperilla, and I thank you for tuning in tonight. I want you to have a great night. Thank you.